This course looks at the health food industry, the sports nutrition industry, and it gives you a lot of facts and figures, what kind of revenue it's doing, what kind of revenue Canada is doing, what kind of revenue the international trade is doing. On page 30, it says, what is sports nutrition? So, before we read it, can somebody just give me in their own words what you think sports nutrition is? Anybody? Just take a shot at it. What do you think sports nutrition is? If you had to answer the question. Yes?
Nutrition that helps improve the wellness and performance of an athlete.
Great. Okay, great. Anyone else? Let's add on to that. Anything else that comes to mind? Sports nutrition? Let's put it this way. Is sports nutrition only for athletes that play sports? Yes or no? No. So give me an example of how sports nutrition, the principles, the products, could help somebody that walks in who doesn't play a sport.
Injuries?
Right on. Do human beings get injured all the time? Or is there all kinds of injuries that are not just caused by sport, but by the collapse of the body? And they're kind of similar. So a lot of people have fragile limbs and a fragile cardiovascular system. It's collapsing over time, or they damage it, like cigarette smoking and excess alcohol, right? I mean, there's no way that anyone's going to take away my micro-brewed beer. I love my beer, but I don't drink 18 beer a day. And if I did, it would really take its toll on my liver and on my health. So something that has value can be taken to an extreme and destroy people. You know, we've all heard of something called alcoholism. Does that mean that you are pro-prohibition, that all alcohol should be illegal, and that no one should be allowed to have access to alcohol? Well, study what happened in the 1930s. And prohibition creates murder and the mafia and a whole underground system, just like steroids today. Steroids are now not legal. A whole underground support system has formed, and a lot of it's contaminated or useless. Whereas when it was legal, it was completely reliable and clean, and nobody died from contamination. That's what happens when you promote prohibition. And prohibition doesn't work, by the way. It's one of the most insane things that a society can do on its people, because it doesn't stop people who want to do what you're trying to stop from doing. Right? What works is education, health, and from the ground up, and getting people to think differently about themselves so they don't do these kinds of things to themselves. They don't want to. That's what you have to find a way into it. So on page 31, this paragraph, the sports nutrition category is recognized as a distinct branch of the nutritional sciences. It's a science, okay, dedicated to the study, research, and analysis of how nutrition, exercise, and sport affects human biochemistry and function. Now, this is a science. This is like a science. And now I know a lot of PhD professors down in the States that actually are teaching graduates sports nutrition in university. It has now hit that level where they are learning about the effects of using dietary supplements on performance. So that's the level that sports nutrition is at now. It never used to be there, but it's there now. So this is a legitimate science. If anyone tries to tell you that that's not true, they don't know what they're talking about. So you're involved in a legitimate science.